Welcome back, everybody, to the Fast and Slow podcast. I'm your host, Nick, and with me, as always, is Nate, and we're on
Hey.
episode number 21. Before we get started, again, I just want to say thanks to those listeners, and if you are listening, tell your friends, tell your family, hit that like button, subscribe, get the word out. We're slowly making some traction on YouTube, lots of traction on the shorts and the reels. Um, but it's all views. We want to hear like what is the feedback and how do we like this show? Should we keep going? Well, spoiler, we're going to keep going regardless of what the fans say. But yeah, just take a moment. Like I said, if you're listening to this and you're not liking or subscribing our stuff, please do that. It helps a lot. So with that, Nate, how we doing?
Good, good. Enjoying a oddly warm day.
Yeah, I'm in a t-shirt.
Yeah. I had the heater on, but it's 70 degrees in here.
Oh shit.
It's less than that outside. It's probably 50 outside, but
Yeah, dude, it was
figured
like
why not?
hot. It's like we
Yeah.
have this string of storms coming through, which it might actually get a little windy here in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, is he doing anything in the garage or pretty quiet?
Well, yeah. So I'm just trying to dig myself out of the post-holiday slump. So I did get a little bit of work done. I don't know what you can see, but prepping the front and back half of the pedal car for welding together. So
Cool.
that's one of those points of no returns. Like I said, once I do that, I won't be able to get any of it back in the English wheel. So uh, kind of measured 100 times and cut once. So
Yeah.
I've got it trimmed so the panels are edge to edge now with as little gap as possible, and it's clecoed together using those cool temporary rivets called clecos.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, now I just need to pick a night and wire wheel it and get all the oxide off of the where I'm going to weld and just do
Cool.
it. And then
How did you get the arc even on both sides? Like as you were trimming, isn't you know what I mean? Like when you're trying to marry
oh
the two.
So when the where the panels overlap,
Hmm.
I drill through both and then use one
Okay.
of those clecos to hold the panels like, you know, overlapping.
Got it. So
And
there
then
is
I
overlap. Okay.
yeah, and then I take my one of my favorite tools of all time. It's back there, but a pick or a scribe,
Hmm.
and I just scribe down the edge of the one panel, and then I take them apart, and then I very carefully with 10 snips follow that scribe line
Okay.
all the way up,
And
and
so
then
go ahead.
and then in some usually that's good enough, but in some cases I have to go back and like file where I'm not happy with it,
Hmm.
and then get them. I mean, I'm shooting for no gap, almost no gap.
Yeah, but in terms of I guess what I'm asking is the arc, because it's a rounded surface, right?
The profile. Like, okay, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
the profile, I guess, better way to say it.
about.
Is it close
That's,
enough?
I mean, almost. Basically, they need to be the same. I mean, they
Yeah.
can be within. I try and keep everything within like a 16th of an inch or an eighth of an inch, really.
Hmm.
But that's the buck that helps that wire form. So every
Okay.
panel that I shape, you just regardless of where it is compared to the next, you're just always trying to hug that wire form real tight. Like an
Okay.
eighth of an inch is kind of like trying to shoot for less than an eighth. That's very difficult, but it's a good goal.
So you're doing that
Um,
when you're using the English wheel and
yeah,
shaping, you're going back and you're checking and
yeah, and
okay.
I make a whole bunch of these in the beginning.
Okay.
And these are all um, some people call them sweeps, but they're profile gauges. I call them profile gauges. And it's just flat sections of aluminum, and I put them in the shrinker. I might have to tell you that might be a good topic someday.
Okay.
And it forces the metal into this arc, and I just touch it. I make sure that this matches certain spots on the wire form or the
Mhm.
buck. And then as I'm going, I use these to see how close I am. Like you can say, like, oh, I got plenty to go and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
it's that I'm looking for an eighth of an inch, no more than like an eighth of an inch gap
Got
on
it.
one of these. Really less. I mean, an eighth is pretty generous, so less than an eighth.
Yeah. A little
But
bit more than
I
a
have,
sheet of paper.
yeah. And then if this were the side, then you go to do the other side. I could just like flip it over and make sure that
Sure.
it's the mirror image of it.
Okay. No,
but
that's cool.
extremely time. Everything about it's time consuming.
Yeah,
Make Making this is time consuming. Checking the panels is time consuming.
but it's fun. We love it.
Oh yeah, it's therapeutic, very therapeutic.
Yeah, well, that's cool. You think next time we see it, it'll be one?
It'll be one piece for sure, and then I'm stressing out a little bit about the front, the grill part of it. I'm gonna. I've got the front nose piece made. I've had this made forever, actually, for a couple of years almost,
Oh,
because it was
it's
one of the very first pieces I made that I'm like, dang,
yeah,
that looks good.
that's cool.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut most of it out for the grill insert.
Yeah, hold on. I think I got something in my eye. I think I can
Yeah,
see
like you can
myself
see,
there.
like
Yeah.
I did that, and I was like, I that was one of those moments where it's like, I cannot believe I just did that. And then I'm like, then how did I do that? I couldn't even. I was like, what was so special about this that I love it so much more than it was patience, really. I think was what it was.
Yeah.
But that's going to be tricky because it's going to be like that's going to be a key part of it. Like you're going to look at it, you're going to see the louvers and the grill. So it's like those are the two features that I'm stressing out about the most. Really love the louvers. Hopefully, I love the grill just as much.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah, what's up with you?
Oh, not much. You can kind of see the table just
Yeah,
above the
I saw
door.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Our friend JD's helping me out a lot with
Okay.
just, bouncing ideas.
Advice.
Yeah, I mean, our buddy JD's a master woodworker, I think is
Yeah.
an understatement of
Yeah,
how
I was
to
gonna say to say
describe
the
him.
least.
Yeah. Uh, no, it's good. It's a maple table. It's 72 by 48.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Yeah. So it'll be a decent size. And then it's 1 by 4 boards, and I used 12 of them. So the true measurement's 3.5 inches wide on a 1 by 4. So it came out to the math of that. Maybe it's 42 inches. Public math's bad. I'm not gonna sit here and
Yeah.
do that in my
No, we're
head.
talking nominal, or we
Yeah.
freaking
So
wood.
anyway, I used a biscuit joiner. Never done that before, so that was
Oh yeah, I've never.
yeah. It's interesting. You just like clamp, you like push it into the side of a board, and it's got this like it kind of reminded me of BattleBots. I'm like, this would be a freaking BattleBot tool because it like comes out and it's got this spinny saw
Oh,
blade that would just tear you to pieces. Like,
oh my god.
um,
Huh.
so yeah, I've been sanding, so it's halfway sanded now, um, which is a pain in the ass because I had about a 16th. I think the most variation I had was about a 16th of an inch
Okay.
between boards, and you're just gonna get that like. I
Yeah.
was Yeah, ideally you want a completely flat surface that you're putting the biscuit joints into because it's going to change the where that biscuit saw puts the hole in the side of the wood.
Yeah.
But it's fine. You just 80 grit and time. Like I probably spent 2 hours sanding on Sunday and got about
Mm,
halfway done. So the problem is it sands to like really, really fine sawdust. And
sure.
the water heater we just put in, it's got a vent that it's fine to vent into a garage.
Yeah.
But I guess, I don't know, maybe there's an HVAC water heater guy out there that would know, but the people that installed it, they were like, do not do any sanding in your garage. Like you will break this water heater. And I don't know
Really?
if that was more like aggressive marketing to be like, save their butts. I'm not really sure. But I'm not gonna take any chances. I'm gonna do all the like sanding and cutting.
Is it a gas water heater?
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh, it must just be pulling the combustion air from inside the garage.
that's probably what it is. Because they said that they could run. So there's the exhaust uh, pipe that goes out through through the garage.
Sure.
Um, they didn't run a exhaust pipe or sorry, an intake, if that's what it is, from outside.
Yeah.
They
Then
just
it's pulling the intake for in the garage, so it's probably where you're gonna plug it up, and then
yeah, which makes
with
sense.
anything you could end up with poor for combustion, i.e., carbon monoxide and or
Yeah.
flame out.
Yeah.
But
So we're gonna try real hard not to do those things.
I would
Uh,
think I don't know anything about it, but I would assume you could clean it.
I assume that too. You would think that the air intake doesn't go directly into you would think there's some sort of vent or not vent, but a filter filtration system of some kind.
Yeah, or just have it serviced every year and let the guy catch it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Anyway, yeah, so I've been sanding in the driveway, but it's January, so the my time outside is it's not so much the cold, like cold's not been that big of a deal. It's the sunlight that I have available to
Mm,
with.
yeah,
So anyway, I'll be working on that this coming weekend, and we have a 4-day weekend the following weekend. So like ideally get a lot done this weekend and then get to finishing the weekend after and be done with it. I'm getting
yeah.
anxious about the car. Still having the guy work on it, and it's sitting here just kind of un in undone status. And I'm like, I know
You're
I go ahead.
you're gonna tow it, or is he coming to pick it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna tow it, so I'm gonna use Hagerty to work the towing piece.
Oh,
Which
okay, nice.
spoiler alert, we'll be talking about Hagerty here in a minute. But so yeah, I have a plan. I'm just anxious because if like I don't know, like we have so much stuff coming up with work travel and I'm just watching these weekends start to like fill up
Yeah.
and the starting line school that is put on here in our St. Louis region, I think it's like middle of March is when that happens.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, man, we're, end of the first week of January. February feels like it's gonna go by like that.
Yeah,
Uh, it's gonna get done. It'll be fine. But I'm going through one of those like mid-off season crisis where
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I got to get this thing done.
Um, yeah. So it's funny you mentioned the dust. I got to know how much you did some of the work in the garage, right?
Yeah, you can
How
see.
much do you love woodworking in your auto garage?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I wish every day that I could have found a table that we liked, but I didn't. So
I
yeah.
I've only I think I've cut two boards in this garage. So I've probably done maybe a whole like 2 feet of cutting with a circular saw.
Hmm. Just
And
get
I
the
even did
hammer.
it like a couple feet out into the driveway thinking that I would save myself. And I come back in and I'm finding that like, yeah,
Yeah, there's
not a
dust
fan. I
everywhere.
props to JD and those guys because I don't know. I mean, yeah, a dedicated space is the only way. Like
Agreed.
you know,
Yeah, I don't know how it's coming through on your end, but this car it was already dusty and now it's like really dusty. So
yeah, it's I'm dealing with like an expected amount of dust.
yeah.
I told myself I was going to quote unquote wash it before I stopped it or
Hmm.
quit driving it, but I didn't do any of
Yeah. I did find out that because I was gonna send it off with
that.
like muscle car tires and wheels and
Hmm.
tires. And I went to put on the fronts and they're 14s. It's like they're really, really small wheels. They don't fit with calipers anymore.
Oh,
So it's like we went from I had an option to, kind of go Ted Nugent and be all, business in the front, party in the back with my big ass
yeah.
275s to now I'm gonna sell the wheels.
I think it sounds like
And
they're for sale.
they are, yeah. The BFGs have, plenty of grip left and, life. So but it's one of those things I always liked kind of throwing them on and going out and just doing burnouts and
Yeah,
sort of thing.
you're not gonna
Can't
hurt
do
them
that.
or
Yeah, they're
do anything
cheap.
like that.
Yeah. So, no, man, other than that, no big car projects to talk about. So that's why we talked Hagerty insurance before, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Did you ever go get Hagerty for your?
yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
did. Do you get this?
yeah. I'm not sure I've got that one yet. When did
Yeah.
you get
So
that?
this is the January to February issue.
All right.
And I think it'd be a cool topic to talk. They do, I guess they've done it since 2016, the bull market list. And so
Yeah,
they pick the cars, right, that are, I heard
I get their emails that are
yeah.
similar.
So they, I guess their point on this is like, they're not cars to buy to turn and like make a ton of money, but they're cars that you can go buy if you have the money, enjoy them, and then not lose any money
Not lose anything.
down the
Yeah.
road. And so I thought it'd be cool to kind of talk about the cars that they picked this year and where you stand on those things.
All
So
right.
they had 10, 11 cars on the bull market list. And I'll just read them real quick and then we can kind of just go bounce around and chat about them because I think there's some nostalgia to those cars.
Okay.
Have
Are
you?
there some 90s babies in here?
Oh yeah, dude. Have you seen the
Really?
list?
No.
Okay. All right. Uh, and let's be clear, not all of them are like you only need $20,000 to go get. Again, this is you have the money, you can go enjoy it. You're not going to lose any money down the road.
Sure.
Okay. So the first one, 2004 to 2007 Porsche Carrera GT.
Okay.
Do you know that? That's the
Yeah.
mid-engine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Sec
that's kind of a okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about if I'm looking at the list, I think we got the most expensive out of the way.
There's not a Ford GT on there. The
No, there's
first
not. No, no. So next one, my favorite, '06 to 13 Corvette Z06.
okay, yeah.
Okay, okay.
That's
Uh,
interesting. I would have thought those were still depreciable. Depreciable? Depreciable.
yeah, I wonder if it's the badge or the model is what they're because it's the Z06 is the 7 liter uh
Okay, yeah.
LS7, is that right? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But okay.
I know it's a 7 liter.
Yeah, it's a beast. We'll go back to that one because that's I've got a special place in my
Yeah.
heart. Third is the 95 to 98 Nissan Skyline GTR.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
also another one. I'm having a hard time picking my favorite. The fifth I thought was interesting. So 68 to 70 Dodge Charger. So Coke bottle
Yeah.
Charger. Sixth, 56 to 57 Continental Mark III. To be honest, I didn't know what this actually looked like in my head when I'm not a
Yeah,
big,
I'm struggling on that one.
it's a I heard another podcast refer to it as like the JFK type car. I think
Oh,
about that, like
yeah.
your mind. Let's see. Oh, I skipped one. 69 to 72 Alfa Romeo GTV. Uh, I didn't know
Yeah.
what this looked like either, but it gave me a lot of like
I know what
Volkswagen.
those are.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
reminded me like it'd probably be similar to owning what you own with the bug.
Yeah, the you said it was the GTV?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm I may be wrong. There's one of those Alfa Romeos, maybe that one that they people some people refer to as the baby Ferrari.
Mm,
So it's not in the sense that it's like anywhere near the performance or anything like that, but it's
yeah.
still very Italian, very pretty. It's a small four cylinder, but it's really high strung.
Yeah, that could be. Looks wise, I would not compare it to a Ferrari.
Well, of course not, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
But I see what you're
you
saying,
know
the performance wise.
like dripping in Italian style and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
really potent little four cylinder.
yeah. All right, the next one, 81 to 93 Ram Charger, which
Yeah.
not a car,
No,
but I think it's pretty cool.
those are still pretty cool though.
Yeah. My buddy Andrew's got a it's not a Ram Charger, it's the truck version. I'm trying to remember what it might be Ram Charger badged, but he's had it since he was a kid and he put a 454 or sorry, a 440 um with the Sniper EFI and
Yeah,
it's cool. Like it's a good farm truck.
nice.
All right. 1990 to 93 Chevrolet 454 SS. Not a
Oh,
car.
well,
Also a pretty badass truck.
yeah.
99 to '05 Miata, MX-5
Re-
Miata.
Really?
Yeah. So think about it, you know, you can buy it, hang on to it, and it's not going to depreciate. You'll get your money back. You
Yeah,
might.
I guess I would have thought those were still. I guess the only reason I'm surprised about that one is just how many of them there are.
That's true. There is. which we'll talk a little bit about the things that they were talking about of the new kind of the new market segment that's coming in. You
Mm,
know, I don't know. There might be some growth in there if they don't get all clapped out at the tracks.
yeah, turned into spec Miatas.
Yeah. Two more, an '06 to 2010 BMW M5, uh, which I could take or leave, and then a 95 to
Yeah,
98 Golf GTI VR6.
yeah,
So I don't know. I think for me, the Corvette, that is like squarely when we were in high school and like
yeah,
getting our license.
yeah.
I remember vividly like seeing a yellow Corvette with like the yellow inset of the front headlights kind of
Hmm.
being the same color of the car with clear lenses.
Yeah,
Just like, man, that is so badass. So
yeah,
if I had $30,000 to $40,000, I would
yeah.
pick the car.
Mm. Yeah, that's definitely. I remember the same thing. I think that was probably one of the first cars I saw in person that I like drooled over.
Yeah.
That I was just like couldn't stop looking at.
Yeah, to me it's like the first one that kind of to me never I mean it's probably because it's just how we grew up with it, but like I look at the Gen 5? Yeah, Gen 5 before that, and I just never thought that was a good looking Corvette. And then the Gen
Hmm.
7 or C7, sorry, not Gen,
Yeah,
was too sharp. Like the lines were too sharp.
yeah,
I don't know. I just thought that was, the
yeah,
C6 was like the perfect middle between the
yeah.
two.
And to me, that's the like. Let's see, what year was it? Oh my gosh, this is gonna kill me. It had to be. It just came up on my Facebook memories. It had to be 2012, maybe. But we went to Mid Ohio to see the. At that time, it would have been Grand Am
Hmm.
race, which is now IMSA,
Yeah, yeah.
and they had like Pratt and Miller had a booth set up, and they had their road going, whatever souped up version of the C6,
Hmm.
and that was just like a spaceship.
Yeah.
It was wild, and I remember thinking because it was close to it was yeah it was 2011 or 2012. It was about close to the time when I was about to graduate, and I was like, that's. I instantly went back and like wrote them a letter asking
Hmm.
if I could apply for a job or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, it was like they didn't have any postings available, so I couldn't like act directly apply. But I wrote them a letter saying like
Please.
somehow, some way, it's got to be no response. So,
Sure. Yeah.
but yeah, I echo your feelings on that one.
Yeah. The other one that's hard to pass up, but I also don't, I think I'm romanticize being a cool car is the Skyline R33, I think is what it is that they're put on the list because
Yeah,
it's right-hand drive, and I just don't know how fun it would be fun for a little bit, but then like
is it the art? What year was it?
uh do, 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 95 to 98. So I'm really bad with these generations. I don't know if that was that
Is
Too
that?
Fast, Too Furious. It looks like the car from Too Fast, Too Furious, but I don't
I
know
think that's
this.
the one before that. That's the R33. The R34 was like Paul Walker's
Okay. And I think that was the one that went to
baby.
like '02.
Yeah. So believe it or not, I had a coworker that had one of those, the R33. Well, what's an R32 look like? He had an old one.
That's the thing. I don't know the subtle differences. I know like early Supers, or not Supers, but Skylines look
Oh, he might have had an R32.
okay.
Either way, they're sick. I don't care which one it is. 32, 33, and then 34 is the I don't know if that's the one they call Godzilla or not, but
So they reference the
that's
33 as Godzilla in the magazine, unless I misread it.
okay.
But I don't, again, I'm not good. I'm
They're
not good
all
with
yeah.
names.
Those are pretty yeah.
I think again, just I guess if the assumption of the bull market piece is like you have the money, you want to go buy the car and enjoy it for a period of time, and then you can turn around and sell it and not lose money,
Yeah.
then that makes it hard to pass up because if you're like, I just want to get it out of my system, that I want to, pull the e-brake and look like Paul Walker coming into a party, like,
Yeah.
and then sell it, then
Sure,
that's
why not?
good.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't know. Any cars on there that you would
The
magnetize
so
to?
believe it, I do as much as I can. I do on occasion search for like Alfa Romeo to see if any by any chance there's one locally. Even if it's not, it would have to be a basket case, and it would probably not be able to be a GTV or whatever because that's the desirable trim.
Yeah.
But if it could look like it, then I would be on board, assuming I could fit in it because they're tiny.
Yeah, my friend, so he has a 4C, which is super cool.
The
The
modern one,
the modern
the late model,
4C.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But then he just picked up another classic Alpha, and I am not good with any of the Alpha models. So if he listens to this, he's probably going to be like, "You're an idiot." But it's super cool, and it kind of fits that. You're not buying those cars to go a million miles an hour. Like it's the
Oh yeah,
Italian,
no, they're
Italian.
yeah. It's gonna be that. It's gonna
Yeah,
be it's gonna be all about the sound and the smell and the feel, and
yeah,
you're gonna wear bougie driving gloves and
yeah.
uh,
Scarf.
yeah, uh, and yeah, it'd be those would every now and then I look. Not that it's I'm hardly serious because if I did find one, it would need a mountain of work, and I'm trying to get what projects I do have in my head out.
Yeah.
But
I get stuck looking at like Triumphs and, um, I just want like a small coupe convertible, you know.
yeah, so it's how it's funny you mentioned Triumph because I do have a soft spot for like the TR6.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could fit in it, but the we've talked a little bit about vintage racing,
Hmm.
and I thought that would be cool. That would be a cool car to. They're around. They're pretty cheap ones that need work,
Yeah.
um, and they still look pretty good. They're good looking because the TR6 anyway is a good looking car.
Hmm.
You just
Yeah.
got to be able to fit in it. But
Yeah. And I mean, this thing's fun. It's cool. It's classic, but it is like quickly evolved out of a go hop in and just have fun, or like
yeah,
go cruise, go get some
yeah,
coffee or whatever. Like I get stuck sometimes in like the auto trader Facebook marketplace hell of like, you know, oh man, if I do have this money, I could go do this right now if I really wanted to, you know?
Carrera GT, baby, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. I think it'd be cool to have something like what you have, man. Just like throw the top down and,
Oh yeah.
you know.
So I tell it's kind of ironic though because I had for the longest time, anytime I see somebody in like an M3 convertible,
Hmm.
I'm like that guy messed up.
Yeah.
Like that guy is not a car guy. I don't care who you're talking about.
Hmm.
Sorry if anybody's watching this that has a convertible M3.
Yeah, not trying
But I'm
to
like,
alienate, but you
if you
suck.
went out, if you went out and like, if I wanted to like an M3 because it's fast and sporty, like you're taking a hit by getting the convertible because
Hmm.
the coupe is in most cases, unless there's some crazy technology that came out in the last several years, that's going to be generally heavier and not as stiff
Right.
and so on and so forth. So it's like if you wanted the sports car, then you don't get the convertible version. You get the coupe.
Ever.
Yeah. And then people so it's like, okay, well, don't get me wrong, I love convertibles, but it's like I want a classic convertible. I want something that it's like, all right, I'm not pretending to be anybody I'm not. Like I'm not Mr.
Hmm.
Cool driving around a convertible bug, right? Like I'm not fooling anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to either. Like you're driving around a convertible bug, it's because you're just simply having a good time. Like
Right.
so yeah, I do love convertibles, but they got to be old and
Hmm.
or it was the only option, like a roadster, so like a Miata or something like that.
For sure. Yeah,
But
no, Yeah, the Miata, that was interesting. Like you said, it's hard to see that that is going to retain value, but I mean, I've heard it on a bunch of other shows, so I don't want to like rip off what I'm saying from other people, but like it's the people that have been in high school when those cars were new now have money,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
crazy to think, a 94 Miata
yeah. You know
there.
what? So what I thought, what I fully expected to see on that list, which is why I said, "Is there any '90s babies on there?" Was like, do you like the me and my coworkers talk about this a lot. Like, do you know how much a mint condition 3000 GT is going for, or a Nissan 300ZX?
I don't, but I know it's probably not cheap.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't have one in mind, but 20, 22, 23, some probably hitting 30.
Which is insane because you can buy a
Right.
brand new car, you know.
Yeah. But it's like, that's so crazy to me. And then even somebody sent me a link to a mint condition, like Dodge. What was it?
They had the
It had the real wide front end. Was it a Caliber?
well, they had the Daytona, which was in the like 90, like the front engine, looked like a
Yeah.
Supra.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. And I was
Uh,
like, dang.
I think that's when Shelby jumped ship from Ford and
Oh, and went to
went up.
Dodge
Yeah,
or
but he,
Chrysler or
yeah, but I mean, basically that I'm pretty sure was just a Supra, like in terms of the innards, and
yeah,
I could be totally wrong, but that was a weird time when uh,
yeah,
Daimler Chrysler and they were partnering with a bunch
yeah.
of other
You know
companies.
what? Part of me, I wishes I would have actually done this, but I don't think I was serious enough, and now I regret it. What car I almost bought in high school, but I was worried that people would make fun of me too much. A Dodge Omni.
Why can't I think of what an Omni looks like?
I'm pretty sure it was an Omni, and it had a turbo.
I'm looking it up for those listening. Oh shit, that looks
Is it a?
like that.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Or is it a Chrysler? I don't know. What'd you
A
search, Dodge?
Dodge Omni, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so basically just a four-door looks, fits in the Chevy Chevette.
yeah, yeah. But I found one that had a turbo on it. I think it was a maybe that's. And I remember being like, it was like you'd get on Auto Trader and I'd filter. All right, I want two doors, I want a manual, and I want turbo.
Mhm.
And then of course it shows you like an Omni, and you're like, no, I want to be freaking Paul Walker over here, not.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, you know what? I should have done it. I should have.
Yeah. We
A
had
mint
two.
condition Omni right now has got to be going for what? Like probably more. I don't even want to throw out a number because somebody's gonna
Yeah.
shove it in my face and they're gonna be actually really valuable or something.
Yeah. Um, no, we had two cars my brother and I did in high school that looking back, I wish we kept.
I remember. I know one. You go ahead and say it.
Okay, yeah. So the first one was a '89 Ford Probe.
Yeah, I remember the probe.
I hated that car at the time. I was like, this is,
Really?
yeah, but dude, looking back, I'm like, I would drive that to work every day if I had it
The
right.
name. The name could have didn't help anything.
Yeah, it also didn't help when you had friends that took a Sharpie and s- finished the start of what that two-word, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anal, I
The
think is how you pronounce it. Anal probe.
yeah. Now probe. It
Uh,
had. What was cool about the probe though was that like it had a. It wasn't a bad looking car. Like
no, I know.
style wise, it's just why would you call it the probe?
I know. And granted, it wasn't, it's 89 probe, so it wasn't the turbo, it wasn't the next gen mid 90s probe. It was not fast by any
Yeah.
means, but it was cool. Like looking back, I'm like, man, it had the flip up headlights,
Yeah.
all the things that I hated at the time. I'm like, I wish, I wish I had that. Uh,
You know, another if cars were like characters from us growing up, one that I think about a lot that I don't think gets enough appreciation was um, Alex's dad's car, the Mazda
Yeah,
MX-6.
that
I
was
think it
a
was the
sick car.
MX-6.
Yeah,
I mention that every now and then to people, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. And I'm like, that was actually a really cool car.
it was cool because it
And
was
I think,
5 speed. Like,
yeah, and I think people maybe in car culture, maybe they got shit on because they were front wheel drive compared to the like. Of course, you had the RX-7 and the RX-8, which were
hmm
their rear wheel drive sports cars. But I got to look one up now. The MX-6 was like, yeah, I mean, pretty sporty little cars.
it fits. It fits what I want.
And
Um,
his was in black, which made it even better.
yeah. No, and then the other car, which they're linked, is to how we got rid of them, which I'm curious if you remember this. The other one, my brother had a Lexus SC 400. Do you remember
Yeah.
that car?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, it looking back, I don't think it was worth saving. Well, at the time, probably not. Now, probably yes. It was wrecked, and the rack and pinion was bent, and so it had this wicked like memory steer. It would you would start turning, and then you would get stuck and try to like overpower the rack, and then
Oh,
you would go the other way, and you kind of get stuck, and it was not safe by any
yeah.
means to drive. It jumped all over the place trying to go in a straight
Yeah.
line, but it
I
was
think those are still, yeah,
it
those might
was
come back as somewhat worthy cars because they had, I can't remember, there's the SC 400, then there was the SC 3 something,
yeah. So I
which you
was
could have gotten in a stick, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's got the Supra motor in it."
yeah. So I thought I had a 2J. I don't think I had a 2JZ, and
It could have
I'm
been the non-turbo, whatever,
yeah. I'm pretty sure what it was. Um, but yeah, rear wheel drive. It had
But
plenty of
then was your
power.
was the 400? Because then you could also get that car in a V8.
That's a good question. I don't remember what it had in it. I do remember it lighting the tires up like it had like nobody's business. It
I
was
think it one of those had a V8, but only an automatic. And I don't know if there was a
okay.
fourth SC430 as an option.
Yeah.
It had like a 4.3 liter V8.
Yeah. I don't know, but this had like the classic Lexus white pearl paint,
Yeah, I
which
remember it being white. Yeah,
yeah, it was sick. Yeah, I really like that
rear
car.
wheel drive, right?
Rear wheel drive.
Those were
Yeah, it was
little
nice.
Japanese hot rods.
Yeah. But no, I don't know if you remember this. So I won't drop names, one, because I don't remember his name, and two, not worth saying his name just
Sure.
for the show. But we had a history teacher who was it history? Yeah, a history teacher who had a TA that came from like Wilberforce or I think one of the colleges up near Yellow Springs. And him and his dad had like a side hustle where they would buy and sell cars, like they just flip them. And so he was a car guy and a
Yeah.
TA, not a TA, but a student teacher, I guess is probably the better way to say it, like a high school student teacher or a college student teacher. Anyway, like we got to talking and I was like, well, my dad is kind of the one that owns these cars. Like they're
Yeah.
mine. I drive them, but like my
Yeah.
dad,
We're kids. Like, what are you
we're
talking about?
kids,
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, talk to your dad. Like if you're gonna just, especially the probe, like we were talking about just scrapping the probe,
Yeah.
getting $400 in metal.
Hmm.
And so yeah, we sold them to that guy, and I'm sure he turned them, and
Sure.
made
Yeah.
made a buck. Um, but yeah, he was the one that told me about the SC 400s being on like the super chassis or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody says when you mention it. Everybody talks like, "Oh, those had the Supra motor in them." And it's, well,
Yeah.
sure, not exactly. It was less the turbo, and then I'm assuming the internals were all different, what have you. So
Yeah, I'm
sure, maybe it
sure.
had the Supra architecture.
hmm
Somebody that knows better is probably going to scream at this and be like, "It does. It totally
Yeah.
does." Um, but yeah, that was the kick. I mean, because I remember when I saw that your brother's car, I thought like, oh, how tragic that like uh, you had to pick. You could have a V8 but automatic only,
hmm
or you could get the six cylinder and get the manual. But me right now, I would 100% go with the inline six
Yeah. Oh,
stick
for sure.
shift and then whatever. There, inline sixes are plenty torquey enough, and then
Hmm.
sure, throw a turbo on it someday if you want. But
Yeah, yeah.
um,
So yeah, those are the two cars I would go back and not sell.
yeah,
You just had
yeah.
the Jeep and the Cavalier, right?
I had my first car was a 1989 Buick Regal,
Mm, I
the
don't remember
first
that.
generation of the lame Regal.
Yeah.
It was front wheel drive. It had like some of the styling cues from the cool one,
Uh-huh.
but front wheel drive, 6 cylinder.
Yeah.
It was grandma spec, but it was still pretty cool. It was still a somewhat small 2 door car. Total piece. I mean, $500, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, it had all kinds of problems,
We had
but
it was a G body. It wasn't a Regal. Oh man, I'm trying to remember what model. It was when I was in college. So like one of the first couple years I would come back from OU is what I drove. But it was like a
mhm.
powder blue. Was it Delta 86 or Delta 88?
It was maybe,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah,
Dude, total grandma car. Like
yeah,
I think it had a bench front seat, you know,
yeah.
super fluffy.
I had a bunch of cars actually in high school. I got like one every year because they were all junk.
Yeah.
There's the Buick. The Buick Regal was the first one. Then after that, it was the a Grand and a 2 door Grand Am.
Okay.
I can't remember what year it was. And I wrecked that. Then after that was the Cavalier,
Hmm.
and that was the first stick shift. So that was I thought I was cool,
Yeah.
but I felt cool. And then after that was the Jeep, right? Yeah, or no, maybe somewhere in there was a Malibu. Yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite of all those though, I think, was probably the Jeep Grand Cherokee,
Hmm.
and it had the 5.2, the three or the 318, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Um, that was cool. That was one that I thought I was going to take care of
Hmm.
and turn into something that was going to be pretty cool, either like an off-road rig or something like that.
Hmm.
And ended up getting in a wreck in that one, and
Mm.
that was the end of
Yeah.
that. But
No. I
oh
don't
well,
think I don't think I had it long enough, and I don't think I might have brought it home once from college, but I think when you and I went to college, I don't know if I saw you that often, through those few
maybe
years,
not.
especially the tail end. But I had to have a car. I had a 80 or 91 Ford Ranger, and it was shit in the bed, and I needed just a gap car between like the end of my senior year in college until I could like make real Air Force money.
Yeah.
And my dad found this. It was an '87 or '88 uh, Trans Firebird Trans Am. It wasn't like a no, 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 sorry. It was a Camaro. Uh, but it was so clapped out. Like there was not a badge left on this thing. Like it was, and it was like highlighter yellow.
I don't remember that. I
Yeah,
don't think
dude,
I
it
ever
was
saw that.
only I probably only had it for like 5 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the engine was just about as tired as you could ever get. If you tried to accelerate at all fast, all the oil would go past the rings and just out the back, and you would just be this blue puff of
Oh
smoke.
my God.
So you just had to kind of like, nurse it up to speed. And then it had a massive exhaust leak, which is like super fitting for my entire
Sure.
life.
Yeah.
Uh, and so you couldn't have the T-top. It was T-top too, which made it cool.
Nice.
You couldn't have those off and drive it without fumes kind of circulating back into the car.
Uh,
So as cool as it looked from a nostalgia point of view, it was a piece of shit. So we got rid of that pretty quick.
when didn't you have a Wrangler?
Oh yeah, I did. I
When was
forgot about
that?
that. That was probably junior to senior year of high school. Yeah, I had that. Yeah, it was the summer after we graduated high school. Um, that was also like just waiting to find its resting place into the earth.
I
It
remember
had,
being in it though.
yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was a total like. chick Jeep. It didn't even have a hitch, like a trailer hitch, and it was
Yeah.
two-wheel drive. Like didn't.
Oh, really? Oh,
It,
was it a? Do you know what it was? It a YJ or was
oh,
it
dude, I have no idea. Uh,
square
it was
headlights?
it was a four. It was a four by four, but I don't think the transfer case worked. I think,
Oh yeah.
and it had like the rust. I drove it like around my parents' side yard area where it's kind of hilly,
Hmm.
and you could like watch the everything move
Everything flex.
legs to kind of like conform to the road or the side of the house. But yeah, that was fun for what it was. I mean, it was right at graduation of high school, a Jeep.
Yeah.
I mean, we tore it up, Beaver Creek, thinking we were cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think those are all the cars I had. None of them are on this list.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not. That's when you'll know. Like, you know how your parent. I'm sure your dad's probably this happens to him a lot, where you're like, ah, I had one of those. I should have kept it. Like now they're
Yeah,
priceless. And it's like, I mean, it happens on occasion, but nobody ever had one because it's even these '90s cars. It's like, okay, it's still as you would expect, the top trim. It's the um, it was an expensive car when they came out, and now sure they've depreciated. Maybe they're coming back up, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's like it's yeah, it's gonna be the highest trim.
yeah.
That hasn't happened to me yet. Like I don't think that like an '89 Buick Regal is ever gonna be on there. I
No,
don't think
see,
anybody's gonna be like, oh, this was the first front wheel drive Regal, and that's cool.
that's
Like,
super
no,
cool.
that's lame. That was you killed one of the coolest cars of the time, the Regal,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Oh man. Well, that was fun. Yeah, and if I think it's pretty cool that Hagerty still puts out these print issues, which you got to figure out how to get them.
I get them.
Oh, you do?
I bet it's inside right now, and I
Okay,
just haven't opened the mail.
nice.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I don't know. Seems like I would assume a lot of our listeners probably have Hagerty. Um,
yeah.
I like them.
I don't know how you couldn't, honestly. I mean, it was a no brainer when you called and got quotes and all that. It was like, oh, are you serious?
Yeah,
Sure.
and the fact that you can, so I have it insured for autocross or for racing.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
which, I'm sure a lot of people race their cars with insurance that probably isn't covering that type
Yeah,
of
that
event.
doesn't know.
So, yeah, so I feel super comfortable when I go out there. Not that this is an ad for Hagerty, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
could be.
product. I'm going to push them. So,
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like super happy with them too. I
yeah.
mean, I can honestly say I'm not a fan. I disagree with most business models of insurance. So to have an insurance company where you are prepared to say anything kind about them whatsoever
Yeah.
is noteworthy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh
I
man.
like there's an article segment they have in there that's about like um for lack of a better word, relationships that people have with their cars. I forget what the series is, but there's like kind of like a my first car story or like
Oh yeah.
what got me into cars or something like that.
Hmm.
That I thought that'd be cool because the even like your Camaro obviously, and then the Bug, like
Yeah.
that traces all the way back. Both of these go all the way back
Right.
to
To the beginning.
18 years old, and you obviously way before that. So
Yeah. So, um, cool. Well, that was a fun discussion. Probably close out here in a few. I will say I did get my first iRacing win,
I
so
saw that.
it was wild. Did I share the video with you, or did you get a chance to see it?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
saw your post or story or something
Yeah, I'll
about it.
send it to you. Put it on my YouTube channel. But a handful of factors like very much went into me winning, but I don't care. I got the win.
A win's a win, right?
Yeah,
That's
dude. So like you'll see the second place guy lost his bumper at the beginning and so he became a windsock anytime he tried to pass me.
yeah.
And I'm like, was trying my best to kind of take his line away and stuff. And uh yeah, I was actually sweating. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but I was like, fuck. So it was fun. I was pretty excited. And then we went to Lime Rock, or like we went, the series or the rookie classes at Lime Rock this week, and I haven't finished a race. I went from like the best feeling to
Yeah,
F my life. It's
it's gonna
it's a
keep you
hard.
grounded.
It is, yeah, yeah. But I don't know, man. Do you got anything else before we close this thing out?
Nope, I think that's about it. Trying
Cool.
to get back into the rhythm this year.
Yeah, yeah. We got some exciting stuff in store for the next, hopefully, couple of episodes. But I think the direction we're going with the show is going to be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people will be excited.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.